Hey everybody, this is J Pal. Welcome to day 3 of Holy Week. Today it's Jesus and authority. On Tuesday morning, Jesus and his disciples returned to Jerusalem. They passed the withered fig tree on their way, and the disciples were shocked to see the fig tree had indeed withered in response to Jesus' declaration the day before. Let's go to Mark 11:20-26. I'm using the New King James Version. Now in the morning, as they passed by, they saw the fig tree dried up from the roots. The word translated morning here was used of the fourth watch of the night. That's the time between 3 a.m. and 6 a.m. So I guess arriving at the temple early in the morning would give him a full day in Jerusalem for ministry. And Peter, remembering, said to him, "Rabbi, look, the fig tree which you cursed has withered away." Now Jesus did not endeavor to explain the meaning of what he had done, the symbolism of why he had cursed the fig tree. Instead, he used the incident as an opportunity to explain, not only to Peter, but to all his disciples, the power of faith and prayer. So Jesus answered and said to them, "Have faith in God. For assuredly I say to you, whoever says to this mountain, 'Be removed and be cast into the sea,' and does not doubt in his heart, but believes that those things he says will be done, he will have whatever he says. Therefore I say to you, whatever things you ask for when you pray, believe that you receive them, and you will have them." He's teaching them here about their authority in him and what can be accomplished by the power of God, according to their faith. Not only could they defy the natural order and blast away a fig tree by faith, they could also move a mountain into the sea. Teaching we are not helpless. We can wield great power in any situation we find ourselves, if we believe. Now faith has certain conditions, and Jesus lists 2, a negative and a positive. Negatively, one cannot doubt. And positively, one must believe what he is requesting will indeed come to pass. Those brief words contain a whole separate power-packed teaching that deserve various separate posts on their own. I'll leave you to discover online some of the many great sermons that cover this teaching. But after explaining that, he adds a very important requirement to what he's just said will happen when they need to use that authority. Verse 25, "And whenever you stand praying, if you have anything against anyone, forgive him, that your Father in heaven may also forgive you your trespasses. If you do not forgive, neither will your Father in heaven forgive your trespasses." There's another very important study there as well. Okay, on to the temple, where the clearing on Holy Monday has caused the Pharisees to question Jesus' right to do these things. Jesus had not received his authority from the religious leaders, so they wanted answers. Mark 11:27-33. "Then they came again to Jerusalem. And as he was walking in the temple, the chief priests, the scribes, and the elders came to him." So who were these people mentioned here exactly? The chief priests consisted of the high priest and other members of his family, largely Sadducees. The scribes, primarily Pharisees, were those who transcribed, studied, and taught the law. And the elders were heads of tribes and tribal divisions. Verse 28, "And they said to him, 'By what authority are you doing these things? And who gave you this authority to do these things?'" For me, this is kind of a duh moment. Was it not rather obvious to anyone with an open mind and heart at least, who had sent him? Who was authorizing and empowering him? It says the common people heard him gladly. They had no reason not to. They had nothing to lose and everything to gain. They saw he taught with authority and not as the scribes and Pharisees. Or like the man blind from his mother's womb, healed in John 9 said, "This is remarkable. You do not know where he is from, and yet he opened my eyes." Never before has anyone heard of opening the eyes of a man born blind. If this man were not from God, he could do no such thing. Their problem? They had everything to lose, materially, politically, socially, and otherwise. So they refused to believe. There is none so blind as they that will not see. Now Jesus knows they're not searching for answers, but probably that they're trying to force him to state that he had divine power from God. Then he could be charged with blasphemy. Verse 29. "But Jesus answered and said to them, I also will ask you one question. Then answer me, and I will tell you by what authority I do these things. The baptism of John, was it from heaven or of men? Answer me. And they reasoned among themselves, saying, if we say from heaven, he will say, why then did you not believe him? But if we say from men, they feared the people, for all counted John to have been a prophet indeed. So they answered him and said to Jesus, we do not know. And Jesus answered and said to them, neither will I tell you by what authority I do these things. According to common interpretation of the Bible, Holy Tuesday would also be the day Jesus spoke his 8 woes against the Pharisees. Check out Matthew 23, a hot and heavy chapter and warning to religionists throughout history. And also the evening on which he would deliver the Olivet Discourse, which included the famous chapters of Matthew 24, where he lays out future happenings, including his coming, and Matthew 25, containing various parables about his coming kingdom and who would or wouldn't be included in it. Amazing, fascinating reading. Don't miss it. Heavy stuff. Read it and make sure you're going to be there when it comes, because ready or not, here it comes. I hope you have the blessed assurance that you are his and he is yours. Check out the song below on this subject, Blessed Assurance. And check out the second link below, where I share my experience of receiving him and having my life changed forever. May God bless.